Oh my wonderful broskies of the Maverick Nation, broskies and broskies of the Maverick Nation. I don't know why I was lying there for a second. Anyways, welcome back to Jesus God off. Welcome back to the My Hero Academia Pokemon Crossover. This will be part 3. I did not mean for that to rhyme. Mm. Where we last left off, Izuku had gained a new Pokemon friend and a new human, partner, a companion for his journeys. In Shoto Todoroki, Shoto with his auxiliary and Slugma, and Izuku who had just caught a rather very special fletchling. And on the note of that, he'd actually been researching up a little bit about his previous note on fletchling, and he remembered the two stages, Fletchender and Talonflame. Now Izuku was thinking some things. Now you guys might be wondering why I chose him to have a fletchling on his team. Well, Talonflame, one for all supposed to be a burning flame. That's what it's symbolized as. That's what it's supposed to be, like a symbol, like it's a burning flame. And if like he's not going to have a Larvesta as a starter, well, let's get him a Pokemon that eventually evolves into a flying fire type, or like just like fire type in general. And one of the generations that had a bird Pokemon, because I always like the birds more than I do the rats. Bird Pokemon that eventually became fire type was, it was the generation that introduced Fletchling. And so Izuku, if he couldn't get that symbolization of that fire in his starter, I wanted to get like a symbolization of fire in like the next Pokemon he caught, which would be like, your bird or your rat for like any region you're in. And Plusle, just for the fact that I like Plusle. And, plus Ultra, I guess, plus Ultra. And the exact opposite of anything plus would be minus, so minin for Shigaraki. Plus, I wanted to have that duality in there. We're not really focusing on Shigaraki because right now, I also want to tell you guys specifically why I gave Shoto the Pokemon I gave him. Well, auxiliary because Ice Beam and any other ice moves that it can learn, or that I wanted to learn in the series. And sorry about that. Jesus Christ. You know, so auxiliary would be a good candidate for like a Pokemon version of Todoroki's, like Shoto Todoroki's Ice side. And, Slugma, just because it's a base form, like, Pokemon that's fire type, so fire side, Shoto's fire side. And, it's just, it's just, I just came up with those on the fly, I guess. You know, Some of them I was thinking really hard, some of them I came up with on the fly. The fact that I knew a lot of beam moves, like Ice Beam probably being one of them, was actually a very big help whenever coming up with Pokemon for, you know, Izuku's companions, yes, more than one companion, to have. And we're actually going to get a good look into his other companion with, like, Izuku and Shoto's trip into Tiny Leaf Forest. It's like a really Viridian Forest like setting. It's very Viridian Forest type setting. As Izuku goes into the building where on the other side is Tiny Leaf Forest and Shoto isn't far behind, basically the people are like, "We saw your battle, that was awesome. So it's free on us. You don't have to pay anything to pass." So yeah, they really just don't have to pay anything in order to pass through to the other side. And Shoto's just like Izuku and Shoto, they both just like pass the way through and go out to the other side where Tiny Forest is. And automatically they're hearing some stuff and some things. Jesus. What is up with me today? And Izuku's just like, "Hey Shoto, do you think we should split up or stay in the same group?" And Shoto's just like, "Izuku, splitting up is how people get lost in forests like this." And Izuku's just like, "Oh yeah, you're pretty much probably right about that." And so they both go together, even though there are many different crossways, like forks in the road whenever it comes to the forest. Izuku and Shoto choose to stay together on this. They choose to stay together, and they're walking, and they're hearing Pokemon sounds, but they're not seeing any Pokemon, or at least any Pokemon that you know wouldn't be too dangerous to try to attempt to catch. Because there are some pretty mean looking Pokemon in this forest. Or at least from what they can see, because a lot of the light is like shaded out by the trees, so it's really freaking dark. And then there's like this one area where like there's like a beam of sunlight coming down, so like there is some visibility, like beyond like barely anything. So automatically Izuku and Shoto head over there, and they're like, "Hmm, this is very strange. No other area in the forest is like this that we've seen so far. Are we even heading in the right direction, Shoto?" And Shoto's just like, I don't know. I was told that this forest is very mysterious and very long and twisted in each and every which direction. So, any way could be the wrong way. We'd probably not be able to get out of here for days. And even if we did, we'd probably just come back out the same way we came in. And he's like, "You're not helping me with my confidence, Shoto." And it's like all of a sudden, just something. It's like they can hear something. No, it's not something, it's someone. they can hear, "Go, Bellsprout!" and just like hear a girl's voice shout, "Go, Bellsprout!" And they can also hear, "Shinx, Shinx, Shinx, Shinx." And they basically just see the Pokemon making that sound, like looking over at them, and just like, what, more people? Like, more people are here? And, Shoto, the closer of a look that he gets at this girl, you can kind of make out, like, features, like, tell who this girl is. And he's like, wait, hey, Izuku, do you remember going to a school to get your Pokemon trainer's license for whenever you turn 15? And Izuku's like, yeah, why? Because I think I might have met this person before. She probably went to a school that was very close to mine and got her Pokemon trainer's license there. I believe her name was Mina Ashida. And then, like, the person turns their head and they're like, who, me? Like, what, who, me? Like, and Izuku's just like, uh, hi, Mina Ashida. And Mina's just like, oh, just call me Mina. Uh, Bellsprout, say hi. And basically Bellsprout is just like, Bellsprout, 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 Bellsprout. It's just like Shoto's just like, is that Bellsprout your Pokemon? And Mina's like, yep. Oh, and if you're wondering about this thing here, and she just points to a little like sort of like badge or tag thing on her. Yeah, don't worry anything about it. No need to investigate any further. It's nothing special. And he's just like, usually whenever people say that, it usually and Mia just covers his mouth. And Mia's like, yeah, nothing special. And you know, Shoto's just like, okay, I'm not going to go any further. I'm not going to pry any further. I don't want to nose into your business so that you don't nose into mine. But I am going to keep an eye on you. And not in the way you think. I mean, it's like, why would you think that I would be thinking that? We're like freaking 15. Jesus. Anyways, me and Bellsprout here are trying to work on adding a new member to our team. Well, it's not really a team now, but it will be a team soon. And Bellsprout is just looking like she's been saying that all day. He's like, help me. And Shoto's just like, your Pokemon doesn't look so convinced. Like, like, Izuku's just, he's just, um, uh, okay, good luck. And Shoto's just like, well, you do have a grass type Pokemon, and that is an electric type, Shinx. And Shinx is just so distracted by everything that's going on. And Mina realizes this and is like, Bellsprout, use acid! And Shinx is like, Shinx? Just like, and it was like, Shinx? It's just like a very powerful acid. Like they had been battling for like forever, so this Shinx is like pretty damaged already, so it's like 2 HP. Like, I'm not really planning on integrating HP into this too much. Like, hit points. I'm not planning on integrating into this too much. But I will mention it every now and again whenever I feel like it's important. It's kind of like the same thing with PowerPoints. I don't want to mention that at all because that just, to me, it feels like I'm hindering myself if I do that. And so basically, like, Mina realizes this is her chance. She just throws the Pokeball, just chucks it, and it smacks Shinx on the head. And before Shinx is able to go into the Pokeball, just falls over, and then you just see like a barely like conscious Shinx like on its back, being sucked into the Pokeball. And Bellsprout's like, oh my god. It's like Bellsprout so totally does not look like it is having a good time. Like it just looks miserable. And Mina's finally just like, sorry about that, Bellsprout. I feel like I've overworked you. Bellsprout, return. And Bellsprout is like, finally. Yeah, if you can't tell, Mina's a little bit too much of a headstrong trainer. Where Shoto's like really like calm, cool, and collected, like reserved. Like Mina is the exact opposite of that. It's like opposites attract, and they attract to Izuku because Mina's just like, mm, yes, I caught Shinx, and Izuku's like, so why exactly were you working so hard to catch that Shinx? There's like several other Pokemon that you could have caught here. Why specifically that Shinx? And Mina just explains, like freaking. She's just like, well, it's really the only Pokemon that was not only out in the open and well didn't really seem to be doing much. So I assumed it was already had been attacked before by a trainer, so it would have been an easier catch. And well, just overall, you see, I come from a family that has specific, specific, yes, English language, thank you, specific favoritism towards my dad. No, it's fine. Welcome. Eh, disgusting. Eh, I hate it whenever it hangs in your mouth. I'm gonna need to drink something after I make this video. Yeah. Basically, Mina just explains, like, no, wait. Hang on a back, guys. Got me something to wash out that taste of death. I know it's my medicine, but whenever it gets hung up in there, it tastes really bad, and the water doesn't really help. Basically, Mina explains that her family has a specific like preference towards Pokemon that have like certain abilities that are akin to like status. Like you know the status of burn, poison, paralysis, freeze, sleep. Two specific preferences that they have that they really gravitate towards are poison and paralysis. And seeing as Shinx is an electric type Pokemon, Mina was like, it probably knows moves that can paralyze. And seeing as she already has Bellsprout, which has, toxic, which I'm pretty sure poisons, because she just used toxic on that Shinx. And so she's basically like, I have my family's two favorite preferences now. I have a Pokemon that can poison and a Pokemon that can paralyze. At least I think the Shinx might have the ability to use paralyzing moves. Jesus, the English language is being murdered today. But then again, Pokemon is a Japanese property, so I don't think the Japanese care if I butcher the English language. So basically, Mina's like, she's like really happy because now, even if she only has two Pokemon, like, one of them is one of her family's preferences, and the other one is the other of her family's preferences. And so she's like feeling like really happy, and she's like, you know, seeing as I just met you two, and you both seem, just something about you just seems like, you know, the more the merrier. Plus, it's very lonely just being out here by myself, so far away from home, doing my best to do my family proud. And so Shoto's like, why don't you do what I did? And, travel with Izuku here. And Izuku's just like, okay, Shoto, I don't know if I hate you for that or love you for that. Like, no homo, man. Just no homo. And, like, Izuku suddenly remembers, oh yeah, I am very bad around girls. I have very poor social skills whenever it comes to girls. And, Mina is just like, she's like all over Deku, like all over Izuku. And Izuku is just not having it at all, to the point to where Plusle actually uses discharge on Mina to get him the hell off, to get her the hell off. And so Mina learns distance, like social distancing, like personal space bubble, very quick. She learns the meaning of that very quick because of the whole discharge to the face. And she even asks like, "Why is your Plusle not want to go in its Pokeball?" And Izuku's like, he's not really sure why, but he just knows that Plusle doesn't like in the Pokeball, so he's not gonna force it. He's not that kind of guy. And eventually they find their way out of the forest due to Mina's like directional skills. Like it turns out that someone she apparently works for, you know, before she left, Mina was given a map by the person she works for. And basically the map is like a map of the entire region, including Tiny Leaf Forest. And Izuku's just like, huh, man, if we hadn't ran into you, Mina, I don't know what we would have done. And Shoto's like, yeah, we were really starting to think we were getting lost in here. And Mina's like, actually, you're really close to the exit. All you had to do was keep on walking forward. So you thought you were lost, but you were actually very far from lost. Ain't that just a coinky dink? Just a predicament. And you end up running into me. So I guess it's another plus. And Plusle's just like, not on your life. Because, like, she's looking at Plusle whenever she says that, so, like, Plusle is just like, not on your life. And it's just like, like, Mina she's just like, okay, so what do we do now that we are here? And basically, it's just a sign that says, Tiny Leaf Town. Basically, a sign that says, Tiny Leaf Town. What do we do now that we're here? Oh, wait, yeah, that's right, I remember. The Gym Challenge. You guys are going for that? And Izuku's just like, well, yeah, I think it's only fair. I mean, come on. Why else do you think we're doing what we're doing? And Shoto's just like, I don't know. I don't think the gym challenge is something for me. And he's just like, then what are you doing? And Shoto's like, I was more of the kind of guy who wanted to collect all the Pokemon that there is in the world. At least one of every type of Pokemon. To fill the Pokedex. And, Izuku's like, oh, so that's what you're going for. I guess, well then, I stand alone on that. I stand alone on that little venture. And Mina's like, oh, don't feel so bad. Besides, a friend of mine, you know, actually is a gym leader herself. And she's the gym leader, biggest city in all of the Hero region. And one where Gigantamaxing and Dynamaxing is the most prominent and pretty much a staple of the entire way of life of the people that live there. And, Izuku's like, wait, you're not telling me that you're friends with Mount Lady? Uh, you're friends with her? You're friends with the gym leader? Oh, man. She's probably the one that gave you the map, too. Uh... What could make this day any worse? And then, like, as they're walking towards the gym building, I just see someone come out, and it's Bakugo. And Bakugo's just like, that gym was easy, right? Toro Cat. And Toro Cat's just like, Toro, Toro. And Izuku's like, wait, Toro Cat's the evolved form of Litten. Oh god, no, I can't let Bakugo show me up again. He's already evolved his Pokemon. And then Shoto runs it by him. Plusle can't evolve, actually. And Izuku's just like, I just now remembered that. Thank you, Shoto. And he's like being very sarcastic. And Shoto's just like, well, hey, just in case you didn't remember. And Mio's like, how is that helping him, though? And Izuku is just like, feeling the worst of a backlash. And as soon as Bakugo sees Izuku, and he has like two friends with him, Bakugo's just like, hey nerd, battle me in a Pokemon battle. And Shoto's just like, okay, you want to call someone a nerd? No, you can battle me. Besides, I've been itching for something of an equal to the battle I had with Izuku. And you seem to know him, and he seems to know you. So, how about I battle you instead? And, like, Bakugo's like, dude, I don't even know who the hell you are. And Shoto, like, hates saying this, but he's like, only the son of the second gym leader Endeavor. And, Bakugo now is really fired up. He's like, well, then, of course, I'll kick your ass. And then, I'll kick Endeavor's ass once I reach Half and Half City. And, Shoto's like, he really wants to kick Bakugo's ass now. Because he's just like, you have no idea. You have no idea what you're up against. My father would scrape pieces of your Pokemon off the floor of the gym. And so Bakugo was just like, oh, is that so, Shoto Todoroki? Well then, let's do this! Double battle! And he's a good double battle. Yeah. I mean, I am presuming that if you're a Todoroki and you're Shoto Todoroki, the rumored half and half trainer, that you would have two Pokemon to represent those halves. And Shoto's like, damn straight. And he's just like, auxiliary, Slugma, go! And auxiliary and Slugma actually got a lot of experience from that battle with Izuku's Pokemon. And Bakugo's just like, oh, very well then. Torocat, Grapple Lock, go! And basically, Izuku's like, Grapple Lock? And, Mina's like, what's a Grapple Lock? And, Izuku just was like running her through the Pokedex to find Grapple Lock's Pokedex entry. And, like, whenever Mina figures out about what this Pokemon is capable of, like, she's just like, be very careful, Shoto. You don't want your Pokemon to die. Like, right? And so we're just like, let's do this. Auxiliary Ice Beam. Auxiliary Ice Beam. Slugma. Ember. And, like, Bakugo's just like, Torocat. Fire Fang. Grapple Lock. Like, he's just like, he's just like, Torocat. Fire Fang. Auxiliary. Mega Punch. No, like not Mega Punch, Dynamic Punch. And it's just like like Grapplock's Dynamic Punch connects with the Ember, and so basically Grapplock's fist is on fire now, and just smacks right into Slugma's face, and it's all elastic because Slugma is basically lava, and Torocat is just like Fire Fang instantly hits freaking Auxiliary. And Auxiliary, is very underleveled compared to, Torocat, who Bakugo basically trained day and night in order to get it to evolve. So Auxiliary gets one-shotted. I'm just gonna say, here and now, one-shotted. Even though I'm pretty sure Auxiliary is a water type, and Fire Fang is a fire type move. But hey, it's a fire Pokemon using a fire type move, so it's stab damage. And I'm gonna put it in there, stab damage. So yeah. Plus, it's very overleveled considering what it's fighting against. So yeah. Auxiliary gonna get one-shotted. And he's like, freaking Shoto's like, what? How? And then all of a sudden he just realizes, wait. Your grapple lock used dynamic punch on my. Oh, dude. You bring any burn heals with you? And, like, Bakugo just think like he's like saying this metaphorically, like he got burned or something. But no, he means it literally, like, yeah, my Pokemon's ability, my Slugma's ability, Flame Body. And you just hit it with a physical attack, dumbass. And Shoto was just like, screw you. And then all of a sudden, like Slugma's hearing all this, and like Slugma's like getting really hyped because it might just have a chance to redeem its trainer, Shoto, out from the ashes of its defeat of its friend. So it's like, redemption time, like basically revenge time, redemption and revenge time, and fully make a stat of this whole venture. Like all of a sudden, like it looks like freaking Slugma's about to explode into a ball of light, but like the light is like shaping around it, like almost like a cloak of light. And Izuku is actually like, Shoto, you don't know what this is? You don't know what's happening right now? And Shoto's like, I've never really seen it happen but once, but I don't exactly remember what it was. Slugma! Slugma is evolving to Mad Cargo! And it's true! And it's like, Mad Cargo! And but Bakugo still has two Pokemon out, and so he's just like, ready whenever you are, dipshit. And like Shoto's just like, huh, well then, let's do this. Ember, Mad Cargo, and it's just a flying embers, but like they're bigger and like more explosive. You think of that, explosive versus explosive because Bakugo. Like they're bigger and more explosive than like Slugma's embers. Like Magcago's embers whenever it was a Slugma. It's like they're more powerful versions of Ember. And they just like speed straight towards freaking Grapplock. Because Grapplock was the one that dealt that dynamic punch. And so it's already getting flame bodied, so another fire attack. And plus this is a fire attack by a fire Pokemon, so stab damage. It should do it. And Bakugo realizes like Shoto's whole plan, and he's like, Turtlecat, race over in front of Grapplock and use Fire Fang to block the attack. Because fire intercepting fire. And it's just like the whole thing like like Bakugo's like just like saying like, huh, so you thought you were tough shit. Well, what are you gonna do now? And Mina's like, wait, wait just here, Katsuki Bakugo, because like Izuku and Mina were talking in the background, and basically she learned that his name's Katsuki Bakugo, and she's just like, wait just right here, Katsuki Bakugo. The way you're doing this, it's unfair. 2 against 1. Not until the fat lady sings it won't happen. And she's like, go, Shinx! And base, it's like Izuku's like, why are you sending out your Shinx? It's like damaged, isn't it? And then like Mina's like, it's a good thing to explore. You never know what hidden items you can find in the forest. And she just like revive. She just found a revive in the forest, and she used it on Shinx. So Shinx is back up to stat, and so we basically get to see how Shinx is at its maximum potential. And so now it's Toro Cat and Grapple Rock versus Magcargo and Shinx. And so basically Toro Cat basically just blocked the embers, but now, all of a sudden, a new contender, Shinx, used. I'm gonna have to think about this here for a second. No, I'm not. Shinx used Wild Charge! And Shinx just Wild Charges straight into Toro Cat, and basically it kind of stings it a little bit. And then Bakugo realizes, because Mina says this, got any paralyzed heals, Bakugo? And now Torracat is paralyzed, because Wild Charge is an electric type move, last time I checked. And so Bakugo's just like, damn it. And so basically Bakugo's like, grapple lock! And like right before he's able to say anything, basically grapple lock just hits the floor because burn damage. And Bakugo's just like, no, no, damn it, no. And then like Mina's like, Shinx, wild charge again! And basically Shoto's like, Magcargo. And before Shoto's able to say anything, Magcargo basically learns Flame Wheel and just a Flame Wheel and a wild charge. It's basically both like sent towards Torocat, and the only thing Torocat can do really is just freaking Fire Fang. But Wild Charge and Flame Wheel versus Fire Fang, yeah, I think the double move is going to win over the one move. And just smack! And it's lightning and fire, so yeah, Torocat is roasted toasted. So, but that really wasn't even Izuku like actually fighting against Bakugo. So Izuku's just like, you guys are amazing. It's it's insane. You guys are just outstanding. That was amazing what you did there. And Shoto and Mina are just like Shoto's just like, couldn't have done it without Mina's help. And Mina's like, oh, you're just saying that. She's just like all bubbly and giggly. And Shoto's just like, whatever. And Shoto goes to shake Bakugo's hand, even though Mina's like severely against the idea of showing sportsmanship to someone like that. And Bakugo is just like, he slaps it away. And just like, Mina's like, you see what I mean? And Bakugo just heads to the Pokemon Center. And so basically now they both head straight, you know, to the Pokemon Center as well. The Tiny Leaf Town Pokemon Center. But they choose not to speak of what happened before they went in. And so eventually they go out and decide to camp for the night, because it's turning dark. But whenever they wake up, the first thing they're gonna do, get some breakfast first, because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And then they're gonna challenge the gym leader, commonly Woods. Yeah, I'm making you guys wait for this. Bakugo's just like, stupid losers. He's just like really a sourpuss about his loss there. And he's just like, if that's what the gym leader's son is like, I don't even know what the actual gym leader will be like. He's just like, doesn't even know how Endeavor will be like whenever he goes to challenge him, half and half city. And so everybody goes to rest for the night, because in the morning, breakfast, then gym battle. Then they move on with their merry way. So yeah, guys, we got I think more, like, actually, yeah, more than one battle in this. And even some character development. And yeah, character development if you consider both humans and Pokemon to be characters, because you know, freaking we got an evolution in this freaking part, and it's just like we also got a double battle. Like we got a freaking double battle in this part. So yeah, double battling is a thing in the hero region. It's a thing that any normal it's like it's just a thing that just happens, that can happen. It's just a thing that happens. That can happen at any time. And so it's just, yeah, I got a lot down today. I got a lot down today with that part of Izuku's journey, along with Shoto, and now Mina. Excuse moi. Shoto Todoroki, and now Mina Ashiro, coming along with them, proving that she's a good asset because she was able to use a newly caught Pokemon to, go up against a freaking evolved Pokemon. Like, and not just any evolved Pokemon, an evolved starter Pokemon at that, because, the starters are supposed to be, more OP than, your run of the mill Pokemon. Until, you get later into the game where you get stronger, normal Pokemon. But hey, Pokemon aficionados will know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I don't think I'm gonna this because the Dark Shadow Man because UT out. Yeah, boys. Bye.